Though you may disagree with a lot that may be said in this video, I want you to hear me out for this point. The Walking Dead may be one of the greatest shows, if not the biggest show in television as of recent years. Yes, you have shows like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, MASH, Mad Men. Many shows have taken course, but there's just something about The Walking Dead that, one, doesn't know when to quit, and two, always has something up its sleeve that we'll never see coming. For starters, the show doesn't also follow a strict guideline. It has a comic book series with the same name, but the show very early on moved away from it. It doesn't really follow the line of comics that a lot of people know and love. So when the show makes different changes, it really stirs the pot for what they can and can't do in the show to keep people on the edge of their seats. Just like what we're going to be talking about today. The Walking Dead has an insane fan base, and it has been the same for years. For a show that came out in 2010, the show, like I said, does not know when or how to quit. They've kind of dug this hole for themselves that they don't know how to get out of, but it's very hard to say that they don't know what they're doing. A lot of stuff Walking Dead has done recently has worked for many people, and has worked quite the opposite for many people, you know? A lot of people both love and hate this show for specific reasons, but we have to come together to admit that this show has that following. When this particular episode came out that we will get to, the world tuned in, and it killed The Walking Dead. The show plummets after this show, and I will get into bits and pieces about that, but I of course want to dive in to what we're going to be talking about. The Walking Dead has also set the course for many shows and many different pieces of media, with The Last of Us coming out soon after The Walking Dead's release, though they'd be worked on at the same time. The comics have been infamous for their different stories and how they tackle the idea of a zombie apocalypse, as well as a virus and how it affects people, and the reality of people being the worst enemy in an apocalypse. Just like our star of the show today, Negan Smith. To avoid copyright, because I'm using a lot of different clips in this video, and I don't want Walking Dead, AMC, Skybound, whatever to hate me, because they have set the course of my life. They have turned me into the man I am today. Thank you, Robert Kirkman, for creating The Walking Dead and Invincible. You have shaped television, my friend. In Season 6, we are introduced to a group called the Saviors. The Saviors is a large group of people that seem to know their way around the different areas and different cities that we are introduced to throughout Season 5 and 6. By the end of the season, we find our main group consisting of both old-time characters and a few new characters to a lineup to where they meet The Walking Dead's newest foe, who is famous in the comics for this very scene. We come together to watch as he chooses a main character to murder. And we sit there and, well, the show very kindly showed us who it was.
Flashback!
What?
Oh, fuck!
What the fuck, man? Are you shitting me?
Are you actually shitting me?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You kidding me?
They can't do that!
Fucking cliffhanger, man!
Fuck your cliffhanger! You did not just cliffhanger me!
Flashback!
Yep, those sons of bitches at AMC decided to somehow pull off the greatest maneuver ever in television, in my opinion. I'm not one for TV, but this, between season break, is a lot different from your little 4-month grace period on Invincible. I didn't like that either, hear me out. Instead of 4 months of waiting to see who Negan killed in The Walking Dead, we had to wait for nearly a year, because the show picked up earlier in the year after the mid-season finale, so judging by the math, I would say March is where this finale premiered, and The Walking Dead didn't come back until October of that year. So almost a year. Like, 8 months of pure agony and theorizing, and believe me, there were theories. We didn't know what to expect of this finale, and it drove us mad. To the point where people were making up leaks of what they think they saw. At this point in the show, we had lost many people, and we were kind of just on our heels the whole time. I remember watching these theory videos and freaking out. I remember buying the Walking Dead comics at the young age that I was, with no money, no job. I was still in middle school, I think? I don't even remember. But I remember researching for months, the hardest I've ever worked on a project as an early teenager, just trying to figure out what the hell I just saw. Who the hell did Negan kill? In the comics, Abraham dies soon before this, and in issue 100, where this event takes place, we find out that Glenn, after so much has happened, gets the bat. And with Abraham still being alive in the show, when Denise takes his demise from the comics, we all were like, shit, what the fuck? What do we do? Until the day of reckoning came. We sat there and turned on our TVs and tuned in Sunday night, October whenever the fuck, to watch one of the biggest moments in TV history. The moment everyone tuned into The Walking Dead. Fans and not alike. People who loved the show and people who didn't even care. We all came together to finally get our answer. The stage was set. Our asses glued. Sweating.
Anybody moves, anybody says anything, cut the boy's other eye out, feed it to his father, and then we'll start. You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that. Oh, look at that. Taking it like a champ. Fuck. My nuts. I need you to know me. So, back to it.
It happened. The show somehow expertly Rian Johnson's us and subverts our expectations. We sit there and we watch Abraham, a beloved character since season 3 or 4, one of the two. I'm watching the show currently, not for the first time, for like the third time, and I couldn't tell you. I believe it's season 3. 4? Might be. One of the two. And he dies. And then Negan makes fun of his loves, being like, oh, I just bashed his brains in, sucks to suck. He gets a little too close to Glenn. Daryl punches him, and Negan hits Glenn and laughs at his demise. As you see currently, there's joy in his face. Like, he knows what he's doing. Granted, Rick killed his men, and this was something that was deserved, but it happened. We lost Glenn, a character that we met back in Season 1, Episode 1. He was a character who was a part of the show for almost 100 episodes, 7 years. which is a long time, if you didn't know. And the world watched, and we came together, and we felt the pain, and we felt scared, shocked, angry. We didn't know what to think, but we knew we were upset. Fans who loved him left. Fans who didn't know what to expect kept watching. And some fans, well...
Need you to know me.
Oh my god.
I don't like how close he is to Glenn.
He's way too close to Glenn.
No.
No.
No. Don't do it. Back to it. Back to it.
Holy! What the fuck?
No!
Oh god!
Oh my god!
No! Fuck!
What?
What the fuck?
No!
Oh my god!
AMC recorded deaths for every character in that lineup, and even leaked one of Maggie to sway the fans into thinking Negan killed a pregnant woman. But no, we lost Glenn. And a lot of people thought he could have been safe and he had plot armor because earlier in the season, Glenn survived a mighty tragedy that we all thought he would die from because, duh, like, his plot armor was insane. And that, of course, is when Nicholas, no relation, unalives himself, and Glenn crawls under a dumpster surrounded by walkers and lives. Somehow. I don't need you to take my word for it. I'm just making a very clear point. This killed the show for many people. And the show did decline soon after. Soon after this premiere, the show would knock off 3 of their major characters just to either kill them off or set up future spin-offs. And The Walking Dead was officially dead in the eyes of probably 70% of their fan base. A lot of people stayed on to watch till the finale, and a lot of people are coming together to watch the spin-offs. But this moment, this exact moment, changed the show. It was a moment we were all dreading. It was a moment we were all excited for. Because people who knew it coming, people who saw it was coming and knew it would happen, they saw it. They expected it. They were scared of it. And frankly, I would argue, and I still am going to argue to the day I die, to the day I become The Walking Dead. This changed so many moments, not only in this show, but television as a whole. The show played with us. The show teased us. The trailer for Season 7, in which this event takes place, it all shows characters in the past and the whole 6 seasons leading up to this moment. The fact that we were losing 2 grandiose, giant characters, no pun intended for good old Abraham, it shocked the world. This moment is huge. And this isn't even the biggest viewed episode for The Walking Dead. It's not even one of the most biggest viewed moments in the world. But it was an event. We came together as Walker Stalkers, or whatever the fan base is. We came together, joined by people who didn't care. During this era, I wasn't even watching The Walking Dead. I had seen the Barn episode, the Carl episode. Season 6 is where I joined. And I binge watched the entire show leading up to this. And I cannot think of a greater moment in television history where the show left us on a cliffhanger to something so horrifying, something so scary, something so huge. And you may argue stuff after that is horrible. You could say stuff before that is horrible. You could say overall The Walking Dead is a garbage show. But you cannot argue with the fact that this moment is the moment in The Walking Dead. The moment. I don't want to hear any nonsense, any of that. Oh, The Walking Dead, we all saw it coming, we all saw Glenn coming. Sure, you may have. But you still sat down and watched that moment. You still sat down and was like, yeah, this is the moment. This is it. This is the end of an era. This is the start of a new beginning for the show. At that moment, Negan owns the show for 2 seasons. And then they kick off the main character of the show, and then it just kind of plummets from there. But I love every season of The Walking Dead. I watched The Ones Who Live. I watched a couple episodes of Dead City. I own Daryl. I'm excited to see where it goes. I am ready for it to end. But it's hard to argue that this episode was the ending of The Walking Dead. Hope you all agree. Let me know what you think down below. Is there a moment in the show that killed it for you? What part of The Walking Dead did you stop watching? Thank you for watching. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe ya later.